We are the champions. Please remind me never to sing again. Today we'll be talking about me because there's not enough me on my YouTube channel. I'm kidding, this is just like an idea I had because I don't have much else to talk about. Right now I'm still crying over Entertainment by Waterparks. It's fine. I'm going to be talking about my music taste evolution today. I've been through a lot. Actually, I say that, and then I looked at, when I was preparing for this video, I wrote out a list of artists I liked, like really loved, that sort of defined my music taste, and there aren't that many, and it's not that diverse. And I'm questioning everything I ever believed in. But we'll get to that. The first record I ever remember like buying, or I didn't buy it, but the first one I remember owning is one my cousin got for me. She got me a CD single of Robbie Williams' Something Beautiful. And that's the first record I remember owning, and it was literally 3 songs. It was Something Beautiful, Coffee, Tea and Sympathy, I think that's what it's called, and Berliner Star, which is a bop. And high key the beginning of me liking guitars. It sort of, I listened to a bit of Robbie Williams, obviously very filtered because like it was all parental advisory and I was like 5. And then I can't really remember what happened to my music taste. There's a few years there that are just dead. And then when I was maybe about 8, I picked up on Queen. And I was so into everything Queen. Like that greatest hits compilation thing, I listened to nothing else than those couple of CDs again and again and again, and I think my mum wanted to murder me. I've just remembered, had a thing for Freddie Mercury, which I don't think a lot of people did, but like, you know, boy was cool. The next thing I really remember, again, there was like a gap. I must have been about 12, 13, and I was really into the Beatles. I distinctly remember, this is so embarrassing, I hope you never see this, I distinctly remember we were staying again with friends of my mum's over in England, and they have 2 kids that are my age-ish, and I like low-key had a crush on the guy. It was not funny, honestly. I remember like when we had to leave and thinking, oh, I don't know when I'll see them next, and oh, and I miss this guy so much, and I was listening to Yesterday and feeling so miserable for myself. So yeah, that was my encounter with the Beatles. And then we came back to Germany and I listened to literally nothing else again for months because like, go big or go home. Am I right? I came back to Robbie Williams when I was 13 because of Bodies. That song is still a total bop. I'm sorry, but Robbie Williams has written some bops. And I loved that song. Shout out to my friend for reminding me that Robbie Williams existed. And I got the album, and I got like 70,000 other albums because he's one of those people that brings out an album like every single year. How do they do it? So I was 13, I was getting to an age where I could slowly start going to concerts. I'd just been to my first concert, which was, my dad took me. But like, you know, I was like, okay, concerts are a thing, they're fun. It was on my radar, so I googled Robbie Williams concert. This was in 2011, and he just rejoined Take That, his band. Like, you probably have heard of Robbie Williams. If you're from America, you might have heard of Take That. It was a dark time. Anyway, I went to Take That's Progress tour, and let me tell you, it was fucking amazing show. They know how to put on a show. It was insane. It was like in this huge arena, and there were 50,000 moving parts, and there's like pyrotechnics and a 50-meter tall robot, and it was like wild, and they were so good and had such a good time, and I totally fell into a bottomless pit of Take That obsession, and that was my first true encounter with fandoms. I like to consider myself a somewhat reasonable fan who just gets very unhealthily obsessed with things. When I was 13, 13, 14, I did not know a healthy middle ground. I did not have this thing of I really love these people, but like I can appreciate that maybe I should like dial it down. And it was... Anyway, Take That was a thing for like 2 years. I was obsessed. I had all the CDs, all of them. Literally all. Even though their only good stuff is like their new stuff, everything since they came back, and like 1 or 2 things from the 90s still. Patience, you know, I'm not going to sing it. Google it, YouTube it, Take That, Patience. You know that song. Even America knows that song. But I was like avidly obsessed, and that's when I got like, you know, the Twitter account and the Tumblr account and the Instagram account, and so, you know, like my formative years when I should have liked One Direction, I liked Take That, and like it was... After Take That happened, I sort of outgrew them when I was maybe 15, 16, and then there was just void. And I kid you not, I must have spent about half a year not listening to any music at all, because I was just like, I have no fucking idea what I like. Here's a little fun fact for you. I like Take That around about 2013. To those of you who don't know, Fall Out Boy came back in February 2013. My songs Know What You Did in the Dark was on the radio 24/7, and I listened to a lot of Radio 1 back then. And like, I kept hearing the song, I was like, the fuck is this? And I actually really enjoyed it. But I was a totally snobby kid. I was like, everyone else likes sort of rock and stuff. I was like, I do actually like this song, but I'm going to deny that because I don't want to be like everyone else. I made a point of not being like everyone else. I was so pretentious, and oh my god, why did nobody slap me? I cannot believe. So this is why you had no friends at school, Ellie. But anyway, My Songs Know What You Did in the Dark was a thing, and I enjoyed it, but I denied that I enjoyed it, so I pretended that I hated it. But I actually really liked it. And I'm an idiot. Everything is a bit blurry from here because I honestly can't remember what came when. I just know that in like around the end of 2013 I found Green Day, and I was like so into Green Day. I was like, everything was Green Day, and I started sort of wearing darker clothes. I started doing, you know, applying more eyeliner because I was so terribly edgy. I dyed my hair black. Went to school and everyone was like, "Whomst are you?" And it was annoying as fuck, so I stopped doing that because like I was tired of the comments of what is going on, who are you, what is that? After Green Day, the next big fan thing was Panic at the Disco, and I was so pleased because actually a friend, well not a friend, but a then classmate of mine had sort of introduced me to Panic a bit, like I Write Sins and Mona Lisa. And I was like, oh, this is so cool, I'll get the albums. And another classmate was, no, don't bother, their singles are good, but the deep cuts aren't. And I regret listening to her because I bought the albums later, and I was like, okay, I love all of this. It took me about half a year to get the albums, and I was like, okay, I love all of this. This is amazing. Wow, fantastic. I stand, I worship, take my heart and soul, and everything I own. I love you, Brendan Urie. The end. And then via Panic at the Disco, obviously you get into like, okay, so who are these romance chemistry guys, and what's with the Falling Boys? And I fell for the Falling Boys, and the rest is history. I kid you not, Fall Out Boy really expanded my music taste, and they opened that part of my mind that was so closed, and so you can only like specific genres of music. They expanded my taste to include not only sort of rockier stuff and punkier stuff, but also actually pop music. They let me know that it's okay to just like not give a shit about genre, and that's cool. And they also did open the door to for me to like artists like Paris, like 21 Pilots, like Cobra Starship, like Water Parks. All those artists, I only ever found them because of Fall Out Boy and because I listened to them. And now I like to think of myself as relatively diverse. But if I go through my library, I literally only listen to the same 5 bands over and over again. So like, what is the truth? But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for coming by. Like it if you enjoyed it. It would be cool if you subscribe, but I'm like not gonna force you or anything. I hope you have a good day, night, evening, life, whatever. And I'll see you soon. I did finger guns. I'm